Live from Innovation Park on the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Monday, February 24th. Tonight, we'll bring you a recap of Thon 2020, as well as the university finally making peace with the Paterno family.
We also have more on Harvey Weinstein's criminal conviction in New York court today, the results from the Nevada caucuses, as well as your sports, entertainment, and weather.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Gabriella Hornak.
And I'm Kennedy Miller.
The grand total raised for Thon 2020 was announced at the conclusion of the weekend on Sunday, $11,696,942.38, all raised for the kids. After a year that prohibited options like canning and outside travel events, the 2020 Thon fundraising efforts still managed to top the 2019 total by more than $1 million. The money will go towards the Four Diamond Fund to assist in the battle against pediatric cancer. Though the 47th iteration of the dance marathon didn't surpass the 2014 record of $13 million, all 707 dancers had plenty to celebrate at the end of their 46-hour journey together.
Last Friday, the Paterno family dropped all past outstanding claims about Penn State, according to Penn State's Board of Trustees, and has made peace with the university. As part of the resolution, Penn State has agreed to cover certain aspects of the family's expenses. Back in 2012, during the Sandusky sex abuse trials, head football coach Joe Paterno was fired. However, a later investigation conducted by former FBI Director Louise Feach found that university officials, including Paterno, were complicit in concealing the abuse. Mark Dambley, chairman of the board, stated that the university has since strived to implement policies to improve the university's procedure and policies, end quote. Later in a press release, Dambley and Paterno's wife, Sue Paterno, said that they hope to create a new chapter of opportunity for students and faculty, and that it is time to come together and devote our energies solely to education, research, and advancement of America's great institutions of higher learning.
Downtown State College is amuck with traffic and construction, and some students and downtown residents are having trouble navigating through it all. Our Hunter Pitkoff takes you downtown to all the action.
A growing downtown student living scene paired with increased construction operations to match creates a perfect storm for commuters. College and Beaver Avenues are littered with cars and buses throughout the day. Downtown residents are left to pick their poison when it comes to getting to campus. Either roll the dice and pack like sardines into the white or blue loop, or travel by foot to class.
As you can see behind me, students are currently waiting in line to reserve their spots on the bus. The construction currently going on in Heister Street is just another obstacle to maneuver around.
Yeah, it's harder to walk around just because you walk out and you don't know what's going to be closed. Sometimes you have to take the longer route or go a block down and go a block over just to get to different places.
A reason for all this construction is largely in part to the increased enrollment rate at University Park. There is 46,810 students attending Penn State's main campus this year, a number that was over 2,000 students lower just 10 years ago. A multitude of mixed-use high-rise buildings are being constructed as a means to accommodate a rising student body. In the belly of the beast includes new apartment complexes such as the Standard, Pierce State College, and Pew Center, all of which plan to open by the 2020 fall semester. State College's planning director, Ed LeClaire, needs to maintain a healthy balance between keeping vehicles moving on the roads and putting the construction teams in a position to efficiently work.
You'll sometimes get, 20 to 30 concrete trucks coming in. So we'll close the lane for the night for them to do the pour, but we always try to do that at night so we're not affecting traffic flow during the day.
Reporting from State College, I'm Hunter Pitkoff signing off for PSN News.
4 men are being charged after an alleged fight broke out in front of the West Beaver Avenue Bagel Crust in September. According to police, the minute-long altercation left 3 men injured. At the scene, the men were accused by Anthony Danello of allegedly making a crude comment towards his daughter. Danello and 3 accomplices then assaulted the men by punching, flipping a table, and making statements that, quote, "someone is going to die." One of the injured men was admitted into surgery with a broken jaw. Another reported a chipped tooth and a dislocated finger, and the third man received treatment for a concussion and several lacerations. The preliminary hearing for the 4 assailants is set for March 4th.
On Thursday, Penn State's Board of Trustees on Finance, Business, and Capital Planning recommended approval for an $82.5 million multi-year project renovation for the East Hall residence buildings Bigler, Curtin, and Packer. The committee seeks to have a new efficient building system that will be connected to the campus chilled water system, allowing for climate-controlled rooms. In addition, renovated social spaces and shared private bathrooms will be provided on each floor. The project does not end there, however, as it will also include improvements to building appearances, as well as landscaping and minor parking changes. Funding for the project will come from housing and food services reserves and self-supported borrowing. The East Hall project is expected to be completed by 2022, housing about 4,000 students.
Stay tuned because after the break, Aaliyah Walls will bring you the latest in entertainment.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Oh!
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Aaliyah Walls with your entertainment update. Penn State freshman Tucker Haas was able to participate in his first thon this year as a student. However, this was not his first thon attendance ever. Haas battled cancer from 2002 until 2007 before finally being able to declare himself cancer-free after battling with undifferentiated sarcoma diagnosis. Haas was formerly funded by 4 Diamonds when he was diagnosed with cancer and had been to many thons before this year. He shared that it was very neat being able to see the other side of what thon has to do. He participated this year as a member of the Communications and Outreach Committee, and I'm sure he will be involved in many more thons to come. Go-Go Gadget returned to bring some heat to the thon stage for their 12th time as the weekend came to a close on Sunday. Along with their music, they present visuals while performing, stating on their website that they believe imagery and music go hand in hand. The group performed at Thon for 11 consecutive years, starting in 2007, but did not make an appearance last year. During their triumphant return to the ribbon stage for this year's Thon, they performed a wide range of cover songs, from Billy Joel's Uptown Girl to Bob Marley's Everything's Gonna Be All Right. The Thon crowd was excited to welcome them back. Last week, Penn State School of Music hosted student performing group Essence of Joy, who performed a concert in downtown State College celebrating African American music and culture. PSN News field reporter Gracie Miller was there and can tell us all about it.
Gracie Miller reporting for PSN News. Tonight I'm at the University Baptist Brethren Church here in State College.
I'm so nervous right now.
Is hosting American Music Festival at Essence.
Is first off the tight-knit connections you get to make with the people that you're class. And I think we get to do oftentimes like class. I think getting to do music, the things that we study in our music, that's sometimes based off the person's emotions. So.
Can you please just tell us a little bit about what?
Yes, so Essence of Joy is one of 6 choirs on the and we specialize of African. Our goal is to perform at the highest quality and traditionals, spiritual.
Wow, that's awesome. So how often do you perform in a year?
We typically have about concerts. Sometimes we'll have off-campus, do performances on campus. I'll find familiar pieces, do performances on campus. I'll find familiar pieces that have composed by African American. Recently, I've started to look in this repertoire that I think would fit the group. Something. The idea of traditional music and African American traditional.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm Grace Miller reporting for PSN News.
On Saturday, model, TV host, and author B. Smith passed away at the age of 70 at her home in Long Island, New York. Amongst her many accomplishments was modeling for Wilhelmina's modeling agency, performing in the off-Broadway play Love, Lost, and What I Wore, as well as publishing 3 recipe books. Her restaurant and written recipe career led her to be compared to the Black Martha Stewart, to which she would respond, "Why do I have to be compared?" B. Smith believed in breaking barriers for Black women. Smith fought her battle against Alzheimer's for 7 years. That was your entertainment update. Stay tuned because after the break, Jack Flanagan will bring you the latest from the world of sports, as well as a special report about saving the State College Spikes baseball team.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on... Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Jack Flanagan with your sports update. In a matchup between 2 of last year's Final Four teams, the Penn State men's lacrosse team lost Saturday 12-10 to the Yale Bulldogs. The Nittany Lions, who had been the #1 team in the country before the loss, trailed 7-3 midway through the third quarter before they went on a 3-0 run, fueled by senior Grant Ament, who set the Big Ten record for career points Saturday. Ament, TJ Malone, and Jack Kelly all had 2 goals for Penn State, but #3 Yale proved to be too tough in the end. Across the street from Thon, the #11 Penn State men's hockey team scored 3 unanswered goals Saturday night to defeat the #18 Minnesota Gophers 3-2. The Nittany Lions were down 2-0 late in the first period before junior Evan Barrett opened the scoring midway through the second. They wasted no time in capturing the lead as Nikita Pavlichev and Kevin Wall scored in a 31-second attack. Penn State now leads Minnesota and Ohio State by 4 points for first place in the Big Ten heading into the final weekend of the regular season. In a much-anticipated rematch, Tyson Fury defeated Deontay Wilder Saturday night to capture the WBC heavyweight title. Fury, whose last fight with Wilder in 2018 ended in a draw, knocked Wilder down in the 3rd and 5th rounds and dominated the fight until Wilder's team threw in the towel in the 7th round. The loss was the first of Deontay Wilder's professional career, whereas Tyson Fury remains undefeated. That was your sports update. During the break, PSN News' own Jared Smith and Sebastian Kraft will bring you a special report detailing UPUA's campaign to save the State College Spikes.
Hi, this is Sebastian Kraft.
And I'm Jared Smith.
Today for PSN News, we're on location at Medler Field at Lubrano Park.
Today, we're going to be talking to Joe Putnam, the Director of Communications, about the 42 teams that were proposed to be cut
under Major League Baseball's new proposal. Let's go find out more information.
This is a prototypical minor league baseball field in the heart of small town Pennsylvania. This field is both an athletic arena and a community center. It has hosted local fun and entertainment since 1958. The team that plays on the field could potentially be cut along with 41 other teams under a new collective bargaining agreement. Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred has endorsed the new proposal. He claims minor league facilities do not live up to a proper standard of living. The State College Spikes are a local team threatened to be cut.
We at the State College Spikes pride ourselves on being a community gathering place here across Happy Valley. So not just folks in State College, but in Bellefonte, even down to Lewistown, up to Clearfield.
Joe Putnam is the Spikes Director of Communications. He emphasizes that the Spikes are worth preserving for the community.
It's great to have the support of our Happy Valley community and all 160 minor league baseball teams to combat this proposal, and that's why we started the Save Our Spikes initiative.
Zachary McKay and Jacob Klipstein are student government representatives for the University Park Undergraduate Association. They are very vocal about supporting the Save Our Spikes campaign.
As opposed to directly opposing the decision, the student government's kind of take was to support the Spikes campaign, Save Our Spikes.
Part of the legislation that we passed included writing a letter to our, as an organization, to our congressman to get them to sign on to that, to the Saving Minor League Baseball Task Force.
That way we are ensuring that we are building as a community-centered grassroots event as possible. University Park students specifically utilize the Spikes quite a lot over the summer, considering that not a whole lot of entertainment is here otherwise that we do have during the school year.
It's been overwhelming, the amount of support for the Save Our Spikes campaign.
Save our Spikes! Save our Spikes!
It's basically us saying, like, what the plan that Major League Baseball has proposed is wrong, and this is why the Spikes are a benefit to the community.
Putnam stresses the Spikes help bring everyone together.
Here in State College, everybody can be a State College Spikes fan.
Save the Spikes, Rob Manfred.
Reporting from University Park, I'm Jared Smith.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I've just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Talia Trello, and tonight we have Gabriella Fournier, a member of the Penn State equestrian team. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
So tell me about your role in the team.
So I'm the vice president, and what that entails is I mostly do the coordination of transportation, how we get to horse shows, lessons, all that kind of stuff. And in addition, I am a part of the core 4 of the board, so I have meetings with club sports, I help the president with things, and any other thing that needs doing, I'm there.
And why would you guys need to meet with club sports?
So with club sports, they are the people that we report to. They kind of oversee everything that we're doing. So we'll go have meetings about any questions we may have about a budget. I have to collect driver forms from people to get their car to be, so they're able to drive to and from horse shows and all this stuff through Penn State. So I drop all that off, and pretty much any questions we have, we go to them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, how does membership work for the team?
So there are 3 types of memberships. So you can be a full-time member. So that is you ride the horses, you care for them, go to all the horse shows, stuff like that. You could also be a sub 1. A sub 1 member has all the same benefits except they have never ridden before. So we will teach you how to ride. So starting from the absolute basics, brushing the horse, caring for the horse, all the way to getting on the horse and actually riding. And the other membership is associate member. So if you either don't make the team as a riding member or you don't have time to ride during that semester, you are able to be an associate. So you, again, have all the same benefits as a riding member. You just don't ride. So you get to come to all of our social events, team bonding events, fundraising, all that stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And now, how does training work for you guys specifically?
So our training is once a week. You have a lesson with our coach. So it's an hour long. You ride one of our team horses. We have 17 out at the barn, 17 horses that you could ride. And depending on your level, you do different things. Everyone starts off with basic flat work. So that's walking, trotting, cantering, and doing different exercises with that. And then if you have the ability to jump, then you'll jump courses, do different exercises over the jumps. And yeah, that's pretty much our weekly schedule.
And this trainer is associated with the university, right?
So actually, as a team, we went and outsourced and found her. So she is paid directly from us, and she works for us. So say we wanted to switch trainers, we don't have to go through club sports and able to do that, but we wouldn't go anywhere else. Kristen Greetalk is our coach. We adore her. We love her. She's like our second mom, and she's led us to a lot of success.
That's great. Yeah, tell me about some of your successes.
So we have been to nationals, oh my gosh, almost every single year. And how you get to nationals is you compete all year long. You accumulate points. Individually, you have to have between 28 to 36 points, and you go to regionals. At regionals, you have to be first or second. You go to zones, first or second at zones, and you go to nationals. So you can go individually or you compete as the team for the team. And we've made it to nationals last year. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember. I think we were 9th overall at nationals, or I can't remember. It was all a blur. And coming off of 46 hours of thon, my brain is kind of scattered. But and every year we've gone, we've had a ton of people go individually, and we're hoping to go back next year or this year, and it's in Syracuse in May.
Now, when you go to these competitions, do you ride the team horses or no?
So when I go to the competitions, you ride whatever school's horses. So whatever home or whatever school is hosting the show, those are the horses you ride. So you'll pick a name out of a hat, and that's the horse that you ride for that for the competition. It's supposed to make it as even as possible among all of the riders in that class. As it is hard, as a lot of people don't own their own horses, or they don't have a horse that would be in the discipline that we do, which is hunter jumper. So you just pick a name out of a hat, and you just pick up your canter and you go. So it's really fun. It definitely is challenging, can make you nervous, but it's really, really fun.
And now you guys also have your own show here at Penn State as well, correct?
So our home show is actually hosted at the Greer School. It's 45 minutes away. It's just a little bit of a bigger facility, so it works for us really well, and we will bring our horses to that. So there is the potential that you'll pick a Penn State horse, which is pretty cool. We have that normally in October or November every year, and it's hosted over 2 days. So Saturday is one show and Sunday is another, and it's a total blast. It's a lot of work, but worth it in the end.
Now, you mentioned that the team does fundraising as well. So tell me a little bit about that.
So our fundraising is mostly for thon. We have a thon family, the Alex Smith family, and we do a lot of donor drive work. We do thon envelopes and any other little fundraiser that we can think of. We try to do. Sometimes we sell saddle pads. We'll sell stickers with horses on it. It's really, really fun. It's a way that we get the whole team involved. Like, as I said, the different memberships, we're all involved, and it's really, really fun.
Now, do you also do an event on Saturday? I believe it's called Explorations. Tell me a little bit about that.
So every weekend during Thon on Saturday, we have a bunch of the Thon families come out to the barn. This year we had 30. That was the biggest we've ever had. Yeah, so we had 30 families come, and all of the kids get to come. They get to either do we have pony rides, face paint, arts and crafts. Sometimes we'll play games and we'll set jumps out, and the little kids will jump the jumps. It's really fun. This year we had ages from, I believe, either 4 and 9 months to 18 years old. So it's an exploration that anyone can come to. And actually, I heard from one of our teammates who is on a Thon committee that the riding team's Thon exploration is one of the most fun, and everyone wants to come, and it's one of the most popular. So that made us feel really good because we get really, really excited to have all the kids come.
Absolutely. And now you also fundraise for Thon. So how much money did you raise this year?
So we are partnered with PGM, which is Professional Golf Management, and together we raised over $65,000. We were the 4th most out of all the general orgs. So we were really excited to hear that yesterday in the stands. We went crazy when we heard that we were up on the board, and we're really, really proud of it.
And you also had members of your team dancing as well.
Yes, we did. We had 3 girls, Shannon Sikowski, Sarah Boyd, and Emma Angadi. And oh my gosh, it was awesome seeing them on the dance floor. They absolutely killed it. They were just having a dance party the entire 46 hours, and going down on the floor to see them, they were just balls of energy. It was so awesome.
That's great. And I think it's really important that you also give back to the community for Thon. So thank you so much for joining us, and stay tuned to PSN News for the weather report.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good Monday evening. I'm student meteorologist Christopher Tate here with your PSN forecast. Our weather headlines for the next couple of days have temperatures remaining below average for this time of year. This is also the time of year where our average low temperature dips below 32 degrees for the first time. So on average, going forward, we do expect temperatures to be below freezing, and we'll certainly see that coming up in your 7-day forecast. We are also looking at the possibility of a little bit of light wintry precip off and on throughout the week. I'll show you that in just a moment on future weather. It should be a relatively calm weekend as well, though we may see a little bit of a storm system on Sunday to bring us a few flurries. Let's time things out for you on future weather, starting off Monday at 8:30 p.m. The low pressure system that brought storm surge to the Carolinas this weekend is going to be racing up the eastern seaboard, and it's going to continue to do that as we head overnight Monday into Tuesday. By Tuesday morning, notice this large swath of snow and some mixed precipitation off into the interior northeast. Here in State College, we're really only expecting some clouds from this system, no real precipitation of any kind, and any that we do see, A, would surprise me, and B, would be very light in nature. Tuesday should be a fairly pleasant day. Then as we head into the day on Wednesday, may see a little bit of light precipitation as you're heading out to your morning classes. Now, it is possible that the temperatures above the ground are going to be below freezing, and above the ground is where snow forms. So where this computer model currently thinks there's going to be rain, we may see a little bit of light snow accumulation. So just keep an eye out for that as you head into the day on Wednesday, out to your morning classes and out to any morning work you may have as well. Clouds clear out Wednesday, and then on Thursday, winds shift out of the south, bringing us a little bit warmer air as a low pressure system way up in Canada is going to slide to our north. The cold front associated with it is going to carry a fair amount of rain. This is going to be our best chance at precipitation for this week. Also our best chance at above normal temperatures, and possibly our last chance of those for a little while. Could see some light, maybe a moderate shower or two embedded in this storm system. That's eventually going to clear out by about the early morning hours on Friday, and it's going to leave us with lots of clouds, mainly some lake effect clouds. Also can't rule out the possibility of a little bit of lake effect snow off into the northwestern corner of the state, up by Erie, and far southwestern New York, a little bit to the north of Bradford. Friday, the clouds clear out. Saturday, more clouds start to build in advance of the next storm system that's going to be arriving. In a sneak preview for Sunday, that may bring us a little bit of snow flurries as we head into the afternoon hours on Sunday. For tonight, though, it's going to be a fairly chilly night. 32 degrees for your low tonight under a mostly cloudy sky. Calm winds, so at least we won't have any wind chill to deal with, which will be a nice change of pace from the past couple of days. And as we head into the day tomorrow, 45 degrees. It'll be a touch warmer than it was today with a light westerly wind. Not too bad of a day to get outside. As temperatures rise into the second half of the week, the rain chances go up, as I was showing you on future weather. 49 degrees will be slightly above average by about 2 to 3 degrees on Thursday. And then as we head into the weekend, temperatures falling back below average for this time of year. Saturday and Sunday, the first couple of days in a while where we've seen low temperatures below the 30-degree mark. So make sure you have any extra layers that you're going to need if you're heading out for evening activities this coming weekend. For the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm student meteorologist Christopher Tate. Have a pleasant evening.
Disgraced film and media mogul Harvey Weinstein was convicted today in New York County Court on 2 charges of first-degree sexual assault and 1 of third-degree sexual assault after multiple actresses and women in Hollywood came forward in the last few years about abusive behavior and rape claims. Manhattan attorney Cyrus Vance Jr. commended the 8 women who came forward against the former director and said, quote, "Rape is rape, whether it is committed by an indignant person or a man of immense power, prestige, and privilege." When the conviction came down, Weinstein faces a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 20 years in prison.
After nearly 6 decades, founder and CEO Wesley Lexner will step down from his executive role at L Brands, according to an announcement Thursday. L Brands is the conglomerate behind mall staples such as Victoria's Secret, Bath & Body Works, and Pink. Later in a statement, L Brands announced that Bath & Body Works will soon become a standalone public company, and Victoria's Secret and Pink are going private as a single brand. In recent years, Wexner's ties with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, combined with Victoria's Secret's courted controversies, has had the company come under fire. Wexner believes that Victoria's Secret going private provides the best path for restoring the business.
A federal judge on Thursday sentenced Trump's longtime advisor, Roger Stone, to 3 years and 4 months in prison. Stone was found guilty of lying to Congress and witness tampering. This sentencing comes after Trump attacked the original prosecutors, judge, and jury, claiming Stone's case, quote, has not been a fair trial, end quote. Judge Amy Berman Jackson rebuked Trump's comments and spoke out against the request to pardon Stone. The sentencing will not go into effect until the motion for a new trial is settled.
Senator Bernie Sanders secured a convincing victory in the Nevada caucuses on Saturday. Bernie's entrance polls garnered strong support from Hispanics, those with and without a degree, as well as union and non-union household members, which helped enhance his argument of building a diverse coalition of voters. Established Democrats worry that if Sanders has a strong showing in large Super Tuesday states like California, where polls have him ahead, he may become unstoppable. Democrats expressed concern about picking a self-described democratic socialist to compete against President Trump in the November election, carrying considerable risk in a country that has specifically embraced capitalism. Sanders still only received about a quarter of the vote in both Iowa and New Hampshire. He has benefited from a still crowded field of more moderate candidates, divvying up the votes of those seeking a more centrist candidate.
And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Have a good night, Penn State.